Hello YouTube. I've been seeing a lot of requests on the Buildcraft forums and people asking about how to make the filler work with farms. And I've discovered a neat little way to do it, so I thought I would share it with everybody. It's a little bit tricky because I think the filler is one of the coolest pieces of Buildcraft equipment, if not the most misunderstood. Getting it to function the way you want it to can be tricky, but once you do get it functioning correctly, you can get some pretty amazing results with it. This is going to be one of my first public YouTube videos. I've recorded a couple before, but never got around to uploading them. But I feel like this one will actually benefit the group a little bit. So you see here, I've got this big plateau. So don't pay any attention to that. Over here, I have this funny purple-looking pipe here. Is actually a teleport pipe, which I have connected to my super reactor, which you see over there. And it's just a chain of 42 combustion engines, generating an enormous amount of power. But we're going to use that system remotely via this teleport pipe, which is actually powering it remotely, or receiving power from it remotely, I should say, to run our builders, or our fillers rather. So let's get started. The trick to getting the filler to work the way we want it is actually to use two fillers, because the filler can only handle one task at a given time. And unfortunately this presents a little bit of a problem, because when the filler is using tools, it tends to halt after using certain tools and wait for additional input, which it can't get because it's not a logic circuit unto itself. So we have to use two fillers to accomplish the same goal. Granted, there is a way to do it using logic gates and complex pipes to extract the tool in question from the filler, but that's just a lot of nonsense. It's actually a lot easier just to use two fillers. Okay, so actually I placed this one in the wrong spot. Let me go ahead and move that real quick. Okay, there we go. I gotta run back over here and reactivate this. Okie doke, there we go. So now we've got our initial frame set up. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier. First thing you want to do is you want to plant your first filler, but you don't want to mess with it yet. So we're just going to plant our filler, like so, and we're just going to not touch it. Then we need to set up our second one, and we need to convince it to operate in the same boundaries as the first one. So to do that, we actually have to use a three-dimensional shape. So set out your frame for the area that you want to farm, as you've seen that I've done here, and then try and translate what I'm doing now into the shape of your application. So we're going to place a block here, and as you can see, I already have some down there. So we're going to place another marker right there. And we're going to walk down yonder this way. And we're going to place another marker above this frame at the same altitude. We're going to activate it so you get a straight beam across. And then you're going to do the same thing over here. Again, one block above the area that you already have laid out. Okay, so you've got your second frame, and like I said, you have to use an actual 3D shape for this. So you want to plant one final marker right there. Now it can be a bit tricky to actually select it. I find that crouching sometimes helps, but I suppose it doesn't make any difference. Anyways, when your second frame is activated, you should see a double red ringed line, as you see there. And you're going to plant the second filler on top of the first filler, but you probably guessed that already. That block's not necessary, I just use it as a backdrop for planting the second filler. Okay, so once that's done, you can get rid of your stuff there, and you should see a nice double caution line. So we've convinced our fillers the area that we need to operate in. So how do we make them turn this lovely dirt into farmland? Well, the same way you do it with by hand with a hoe. So we're going to instruct this filler to use the fill function. Okay, so it has a function, but it doesn't have any resources. We don't want it to fill with dirt, we want it to actually use a tool. So we're just going to drop a diamond hoe in there. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in there just in case they break. As you can see, it's already started, but it is not proceeding. Now this is not due to lack of power, this is because, as I said, the filler is waiting for additional input, which it cannot deliver. Now just for your peace of mind, I do have some seeds here, but I'm going to grab some more. And just so you can see what I mean, we're going to drop some more seeds in here. As you can see, they're not doing anything. Now if I remove both diamond hoes, like so, it will in fact plant seeds, but it will not process the next slot of dirt until I put the hoe back in. But once again it halts because it's waiting for the additional input. So our bottom filler is going to be our hoer, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it without making it sound freaky, but hoer works, I guess. And we're going to make our top filler our planter. I'm going to shift around here so you can kind of see this as I do it, because it's pretty impressive once it actually starts functioning. We're just going to drop in some seeds. Make sure that they actually get in the resources portion. And tell it to use the same fill pattern that we used on the other one. And voila, there it goes. It's already racing up. The first filler hoes up a block, and then the second filler deposits seeds in it immediately thereafter. Instant farm. Now we'll continue doing that until it runs out of seeds, which is right about there. So we're going to go ahead and fill it up all the way with seeds. Now this plot of land that I've selected is rather massive, and it will take about two full loads of seeds to, well, 1.5, but enough to make it take a second. But just so you can see that it works, we'll go ahead and fill it. I'm actually going to delete my inventory. And a quick shift drag. And away we go. Get out of the way, chick. I'm actually curious to see, if I put a sword in a filler, will it attack a chicken? Might have to test that in a second. Now it is important to note that the tool that you put in the bottom filler will take uses exactly as if you were using yourself. As you can see, that diamond hoe is racking up damage rather quickly as it's being used. So it might be prudent to put more than one in there, which I meant to do, but I forgot. I'm using the Woodman's concrete and steel texture pack, if you're wondering why my hoes are actually animated. But great looking texture pack. I'll try and find a link for it in the description. Okay, now, to be honest, I had literally just found this out about 2 minutes ago, and fired up Fraps to record a video to show you guys. I haven't figured out harvesting just yet, so the minute I do, I will record another video and upload it, but I thought that this was definitely worth showing you. I'm also curious to see if once the once the planting is completed, if the filler will report its job complete, because that could be used as a logic trigger for further automation. I also don't know how this procedure will handle having water channels through the farm for irrigation, so further testing may be needed. Now it looks like the top filler reports that it still has work to do. The bottom filler, which I can't really tell because since it's not drawing power, I assume it says that the job's complete. So let's try administering some bone meal just to see what happens. Looks like nothing. Okay, see, as soon as the wheat is harvested, the filler up here will go ahead and plant more seeds for us, as you can see there. So let's try this. I've heard a rumor that if you put, yeah, it will try and use all of them on the first plant. But that is how you convince it to plant seeds for you. So as soon as I figure out how to harvest and how to apply bone meal to make it grow faster and whether or not it will interact with water channels, I will upload a video reflecting that. Thanks for watching.